Welcome back to pyramids. So now we're going to be finding the surface area of pyramids. I'm going to be solving out 6 problems with you. All right, so surface area of a regular pyramid can be found using the formula area of the base plus half the perimeter times the slant. All right, so B is our area of our base, P is the perimeter of our base, and S is slant height, or L slant height. All right, so now here we have a square pyramid. I'm trying to show you that slant height, see the dotted line is marked with a 6. So that's trying to be slant height as best I can be, 3-dimensional on a 2-dimensional surface. All right, so the area of our base is 5. We have a square base, so it'd be 5 times 5, 5 squared. And I just remembered I forgot to orient the board. Well, let's just hope for the best. I'll try to write on the left side. What happened to the rest of my 5? Ooh. Well, you can see the orientation is still just as good. All right, so 5 squared, there we go. Our perimeter, we have a square. They're all the same size. So 4 times 5, or 20. Oh, I forgot to write the area of the base there. Area of the base is 25. All right, and then our slant height is given to us, that's 6. All right, and almost in the right spot. That's easy. That's okay, we'll just move these. There we go. Simple. All right, so let's find our surface area, and I'm going to solve this over here on the left-hand side. All right, so our surface area would be the area of our base, which is 25 plus 1/2 times 20 times 6. So that is 25, and this one I believe is in your notes. If we turn the page, yep, is in your notes. Actually, all 6 examples that I'm going to do are in your notes. All right, plus half of 20 is 10 times 6 is 60. So our surface area is 85 feet squared. And there's problem number 1 done. Right. Ready for the next one. All right, so here we have a triangle base. This, we're given all 3 sides here. This is a right triangle, so 6 squared plus 8 squared does equal 10 squared. I think my right angle is no longer there when I erase the board, but this is a right triangle. So and actually it says it right there. So the area of our base is going to be 1/2. I have to remember, right further to the right. 1/2 times 6 times 8. Oh, I stopped for a moment. There we go, not too bad. All right, so that's going to be half of 6 is 3, so 3 times 8 is 24. So our base here is 24 meters squared. Our perimeter is just 6 plus 8 plus 10, so our perimeter is 24 feet. And then the slant is given to us. I'm trying to show you that's the slant there. I put it right next to the word slant height, so that is 30 meters. All right, so our surface area, I'll just put it over here right under this formula. Our surface area is the area of our base, so 24 plus 1/2 times 24 times 30. So our surface area is 24 plus half of 24 is 12. 12 times 3 would be 36. So 12 times 30 would be 360. And 384. Meters squared is our surface area. So these haven't been so bad. 4 minutes, we're done with 1/3 of the problems. I saved the best for last though. All right, here we have a square pyramid. All right, no doubt about that. It's marked as the sides being congruent. We're even shown that 12 is at halfway point there. We are also missing our slant, right? So we do not have our slant here, so we're going to have to use Pythagorean theorem to find the slant first. All right, so here we're going to use Pythagorean theorem, and this is in your notes. All right, so we have, remember, it's going to be half the side when it's a, well, even if it's not a square pyramid, it's still going to be half the side. If this wasn't square, as you'll see in a problem coming up, we may have two different slants. So if this isn't a square, we have two different slants. But if it's a square, any one of these sides is exactly the same. So half the sides squared plus the height squared equals the slant squared. All right, so half of 24 is even marked there for you, 12. So 12 squared plus our height is 16 equals our slant squared, right? And I'm going to put, I'll put maybe L squared. Or actually, you know what, since I put S equals our slant, I will put S squared, just so that I confuse nobody. All right, so 144 plus 256 equals S squared. That's going to give us 400. This is a Pythagorean triple. It's actually the same as the 345, just multiplied by 4. And our square root of 400, which means instead of 5, we're going to have 5 times 4. So 20 is our slant. Now we can find the surface area. Actually, we have to find the area of the base and the perimeter, and then we can find the surface area, but these are easy things to do. That is a square, so our base is going to be 24 squared. So our base area is going to be 576 centimeters squared. Our perimeter, it's a square. They're all exactly the same. So there are 4 sides, and they're all 24. So that's going to be 96 centimeters. This might be the first one. No, well, maybe I can do it without a calculator. So our surface area is 576. We don't want one side, we want the whole area of the base. Plus 1/2. The perimeter is 96. And the slant is 20. So the surface area is 576 plus, I'm not going to take half of 96. I'm going to have to take half of 20. So half of 20 is 10. So 10 times 96 is 960. All right, so now I just need to add those together. So that's going to give us 1,536. Yep. And that is centimeters squared. And there we go. Another problem done. We're halfway done. Let's solve another one. All right, so here we need to find, we're going to find the surface area of the pyramid. We actually have all that we need because we're given slant, right? And we have the side. And that's all we need. We can find everything else out. All right, so our base is going to be, it is a square. This happens to be a square pyramid. If you're only given one side measure, it's a square pyramid. All right, so our area of our base is going to be, unless this was a triangle, and then I guess it could be an equilateral triangle. But this is not a triangle. This is definitely a quadrilateral. So the area of our base is just 6 squared. So our base is 36 units squared. Our perimeter is just, since they're all the sides of a square, there's 4 of them, and they're exactly identical, is 24 units, and our slant is 7. So this is a pretty easy problem. Now we just need to plug in. So our surface area is 36 plus 1/2 times 24 times 7. And this won't take us any time at all. So surface area is 36 plus half of 24 is 12. 12 times 7 is 84. So 120 units squared is the surface area. We're 2/3 done. Got 2 more to go. We want to find the surface area of the right pyramid. This is almost an identical problem to the one that we just did. And this one is in your notes. And actually, there is a boo-boo on your notes. I just happened to notice it. I have the same problem twice. And you are definitely going to want the next problem. So you just fix the picture of the pyramid. Just change the measurements so it matches mine. Oops. This is the one, but sorry, we have to finish this one first. All right, so the area of our base. Nice, this is a nice easy problem. Area of the base, this is a square, is just 10 squared. So the area of our base is 100. And whatever squared. The perimeter, it's a square. So it's just going to be 4 times 10. So the perimeter is 40 units. And then our slant is given to us, that's 9. So our surface area is just the area of the base plus 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant. I use L because I have L written on my picture. So my surface area is 100 plus 1/2 times 40 times 9. Well, I think that's close, and I think I can still read it. My numbers a little crunched there. Half of 40 is 20. 20 times 9 is 180. That gives us a surface area of 280 units squared. Okay. All right, this is the one, and this is just like your homework problem. And oops, that's where I locked it in place, so I cannot move that at all. So this is the surface area. I guess homework got erased. Oops, and I'll put the HW over here. Homework, surface area. All right, so this is just like side 2, problem number 1. So I kind of alluded to the fact that, and I don't want you to need more space than this. Let me see if I can extend the page. Oops. Yeah, that's good. I'll need that much space. That if it wasn't a square, we'll have 2 slants. Right? The 2 distances are not the same. This distance here, right? Oh, so close. There we go. This distance here is not the same as this distance here. It was orienting, it was, oh, no. I guess I didn't lock everything in place like my pyramid. Now the right-hand side was well oriented a moment ago. I will not record any more recordings without fixing this board. How about there? Perfect. All right, so those distances are not the same, right? Because the sides have different measurements. So the green there is half of 30. This here is half of 30. And that is, now the right and the left-hand side stink. Try that again. There we go. So this here is half of 30. I'm going to make that a little smaller. Oops. Well, I think it looks, oh, there we go. Smaller. The heck with it. It looks fine the way it is. Half of 30. And the red side here is half of 12. The board has to be obstinate on the difficult problem, the challenge problem. Right? So here we have this triangle. Almost in the right spot. Tell you what, this is driving me bananas. I'm going to stop this podcast. We'll come back and do one problem after I orient the board. All right, bye for now. See you in a moment.